Well guys, this was supposed to be an introduction video to a new project slash bike for us. Somehow or another, I managed to lose a ton of videos and photos. I don't know what happened. I don't know where it went. I cannot find it. I've checked my phone, I've checked my laptop, I've checked my server, thumb drives, everything. I don't know what happened. So we're gonna make do. Maybe a little choppy, but yeah. So we're going to do our little intro, and then I'm going to show you the new bike. Here she is. This is our 2019 Triumph Thruxton 1200R. Yeah, she looks good. She runs great. I'm going to insert a couple of photos of when I first brought it home. First thing I did was washed it, kind of cleaned it up a little bit. Yeah, but she shines up pretty nice. Then I'm going to kind of insert some stuff. There were a few problems with the bike. Let me get you guys on a tripod real quick. Hopefully this will work out well. So there were just a couple things wrong with the bike. Hopefully I can find the pictures for it. Pay no attention to what's under that blue cover. That is the sibling to this. Yes, they are. Yes, they are both the same manufacturer. Completely different ends of the spectrum, though. So when we first got the Thruxton home, it had a broken mirror. It had some stickers on it, the factory stickers on the windshield, the exhaust, the tank, and all that. I stripped all those off. Took the reflectors off the forks. And everything worked. Just wanted to make it more suited to me. I have multiple seats with it. The guy I bought it from hooked me up with that. I have the brown leather seat. And it's relatively flat, good for riding two up, which we probably won't be doing at all. And then we have the actual cafe style seat. This is the Triumph seat. This one's got some miles on it, so what I did was I went ahead and ordered a new Triumph comfort seat. It is a suede material with the red stitching, which looks really nice. I'll insert a photo of that. One of the things that I feel is kind of mandatory on this bike is a tail tidy. The fender on this one had to be replaced anyway. It was actually broken. There was a huge chunk missing from here to here. Out of it, that honestly the piece that was missing was so smooth I couldn't tell until I started really taking a good look at it. So we went with a New Rage. Is it New Rage Cycles tail tidy. The first one that I received had a slight issue with it, and they took care of it immediately. Highly recommend New Rage Cycles. They sent me a replacement LED part, got that done, put it in, worked flawlessly. And then I noticed some of the hardware for the rear shocks was mismatched, so I ordered some new finishers for that, so it's a nice CNC piece and new bolt. Haven't put those on yet because in part 2 of this video we're going to be talking about some of the other things I want to do on this bike, which we won't get to in this video, but part of it addresses the rear shocks. Another thing that kind of bothered me about this bike, for their value, their price, and kind of how they look and everything, there were no helmet hooks. So I'll insert some photos of the helmet hook that we installed. I actually couldn't tell if I wanted to do one on the left or the right side, so I did both. The fit and finish on these is amazing. Of course, anything I buy for the bike and put in a video, I will link below in the description, so definitely check that out. Oh, and what are you doing? Have you not subscribed yet? Definitely subscribe, especially if you want to see more about this bike. And like the video, it helps us out a lot, and I appreciate all comments, positive and negative. If you want to have a discussion in the comments, we can definitely do that. But if you have a question for me in particular, shoot me an email. Contact information is in the description. Moving along, got the bike home, washed it, did the tail tidy and everything, and was putting stuff back together, and would not crank over unless it was on a jump box. So I pulled the battery out. It was completely flat, 12.5 volts at rest, but when you put any sort of load on it, it dropped down to 9. First battery was my fault. I screwed up. I ordered that. It was the wrong one, the wrong size. Got another one, and this one came in and would not turn the bike over. Everything would fire up, fuel pump, lights, everything would not fire up. Reached out to that company, Mighty Max batteries, told them what was going on for brand new battery. They immediately sent me out a new one once I gave them some information about the battery, purchase date, and so on and so forth. They sent me out a new one. This one is good, but while I was waiting for that, I was in a hurry. I wanted to run the bike, so I found another battery online, so I have a spare just in case, and got that in here, and we're sitting on a battery tender almost constantly to make sure we don't have any issues. Everything looks good. The next thing that I wanted to deal with was the mirrors. The mirrors were very long, stuck way out from the factory. Did not like those. Plus, one of them had a crack in the glass, and the other one was extremely faded. So what I did was, and of course pictures will be inserted, I went with the Moto Gadget mirrors. These, you don't break these. These are polished stainless. There is no glass. There's no composite over it. It is mirror polished stainless steel. Nice and tight to the bars, doesn't stick out. Went with a set of bar end finishers, which later on I might remove those. We have LEDs in the rear, but we have the factory Triumph incandescents in the front. I really want to go with a set of Moto Gadget bar end mirrors. The problem is these bars are not hollow. They are threaded for the finishers. So I need to figure out how to install those. And comment below if you have one of these bikes and have any insight for me. But do you just drill that out and re-thread it? Because the Moto Gadget bar and mirrors have a threaded shank on them. Do I just do that? Or what's the go-to on these? Almost every other bike I've ever messed with have hollow bars, and they use that compression rubber piece. So when you slide it in the bar, you tighten it down, it expands and keeps it in the bar. This is kind of new to me. Another thing I did was kind of went in and there's some stuff on a lot of these parts, been sitting outside. I just kind of cleaned that up and polished it. Still needs some more cleaning, especially under the motor. The next thing I did was, it's real popular on these bikes with the Monza lid, is from factory they flick up backwards. So if you're sitting on the bike trying to fill it up, you can't really see what's going on. So it's super easy. There's a little plastic ring in there that you pop out, spin this, pop the ring back in, it's locked in. So now it goes forward, got the gas cap still in there, and I can actually see when I put the fuel nozzle in there. The tank is sitting up and back. That is because I'm doing some exhaust work on the bike. I'll insert some photos of what I've done there, but the goal was to remove the cat on the bike, which is this big heavy thing. These bikes are not a true dual exhaust. They come out of the head. There's a crossover pipe between the two, which I also removed. Welded the pipes up, blended them back. You can't even tell that was there. The pipes come down, they cross through the cat, back out, and there's actually a dummy section of pipe, so it looks like an uninterrupted pipe, and then it comes back into the mufflers. This bike actually had some slash cut exhaust tips in place of the factory mufflers. Sounded okay, but not really that deep. So what I did was I took the and this is the fender I was talking about. See that piece right there missing? That's how it should look. See how big that is? And it just looked ridiculous hanging off the back, so we ditched that. I think you can see why. But I took the factory pipes, and I should still have the photos of these, but they had some stickers on them. There was a little bit of scarring and some little dents and scratches and stuff. So I went through with a 3M pad on a DA and got all that out and got it all back to a nice brushed finish. These are the factory mufflers. These will be going back on with the decat. I've also removed the passenger pegs. Don't think I'm going to run those. I just don't like how they look on the bike. So I have a passenger peg delete kit. I would have the exhaust that I've redone on, but waiting on some stuff to come in. But yeah, this is going to be an amazing build. I've wanted one of these bikes for a very long time, since the 900s came out. This came up on Marketplace. The guy was super awesome and gave me a good deal on the bike. So that's why you're going to see a lot of stuff. If you're following us on social media, Facebook and Instagram, if you're not, you should be. Shame. We're actually getting rid of some, and I just realized you guys can see something in the background, but I'm not going to point it out. But anyway, a little Easter egg. You'll see some of the bikes are gone. There was a yellow chopper mini bike that I had. That's been cleaned up, fixed, and sold. Brantley's purple mini bike, which was hanging right about here, threw a stock Predator 212 in that, got it cleaned up and running. That is gone now. And the little white Vader, the Grom clone that we had with the 141 big bore kit, that is gone now as well. Making room for some bigger bikes, and there are some other projects that are happening that are smaller, but I'm not ready to show those to you guys yet. And all right, well, we're at a stopping point on the Thruxton. I've got the exhaust, as you can see, down there. The old cat is down there. The decat is actually in place. I've got the heat shield in place. But I'm waiting on a few parts, so I think this is going to be the first video. Close it out here, and the next one we'll pick right back up where we left off. Get the exhaust on, swap out a few more pieces and parts, and maybe talk about next steps on the bike. And I did just order my tune for this bike, because with the decat and the air filters that we're going to be running, it has to be tuned. So D&K Tune Works is who I'm going with, and we're going to do the email tune. I purchased the Android tablet and the OBD link. Say that 3 times fast. So once we get that, we can upload it to the ECU in the bike. Fuel timing and everything should be adjusted for our mods, and it also fixes a couple other things too. We'll get into that in the next video. But yeah, so this is the intro video for the 2019 Thruxton 1200R, and you're going to be seeing a lot of this bike, and I've got a lot of good plans for this bike, a couple of things to kind of make it more mine and set it apart. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for this one, guys. So until next time, get up, get out there, and do it.